We are back at it again with another video here with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And all I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. It helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. We're going to jump into everything here with Wish. As earnings is being reported after hours, this has taken a plunge. We're going to look at the chart, but before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run of the day that I mentioned this morning, and we're going to talk about everything here with ContextLogic Inc., WISH stock moving forward. The home run of the day was phenomenal, and I want to invite you to join us if this is something that interests you. You're more than welcome to. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. And here we are with the stocks we were watching: PBTS, CLOV, and XERS. Our worst performer of the day was XERS, giving small jumps of about 3 to 5%. We were watching CLOV because of yesterday's hype going into today, but also talking about how it looked like a small bull trap at those levels, because I've been talking about it since it was at the 8s back on Sunday, and it nearly jumped 10 to 20% since the beginning of the week till now. But PPTS was our opportunity here of the day that turned out to be a home run, giving multiple jumps of 5 to 10%, 10 to 15%. But in a matter of minutes, guys, we caught this one in the pre-market, sitting sideways, hit a low here of about 172, 171, and took off to a highest point here of 20% plus in 10 to 20 minutes, hitting 220, and the rest of the day giving jumps of 5 to 10%, 10 to 15%, as I stated. It even hit a new high here of 226, 227 earlier on in the day after that first jump. That was pretty big in a matter of minutes. If this is something that interests you, the link is down below in the description, and we look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into this chart and everything about it. So Wish stock, ContextLogic Inc., WISH stock has pulled back from the 9s all the way to the 7s. I've talked about how this was looking like a bull trap. If it didn't have strength above $10, it was pulling downwards again, forming another bull trap scenario, and 882 was the double bottom that we saw, but I just wasn't seeing the strength that we needed in the charts to actually push up away from this double bottom and actually make 882 the new low. Now, a lot of investors, I asked if you would see this break through $8. A lot of them said no. As we got here to earnings has actually been reported, and it was missed, right? It wasn't a big miss, but it was missed, and that creates an overreaction, as well as they're probably talking about a lot of expenditures and expenses that they might have incurring, and some of the future revenue growth and so forth, and the costs of things. But for those that believe in opportunity, it's forming right before your eyes, because the 52-week low is 752, guys. 752 is the 52-week low. This could go lower. We don't know the bottom just yet. It hasn't bottomed out. The lowest point that it reached was 768. It's getting pretty close to it. But the real support level that I'm watching is the lowest point that we've seen all year, and that was 752, guys. If that 52-week low gets broken through, the opportunity is becoming even larger. And if it fights between 768, 760, and that area doesn't get close to the 52-week range, but it gets into the 760s and it fights back and forth between the 770s, the 780s, this is a huge opportunity at these levels, and we're going to see how it plays out tomorrow. Now, for this to actually push upwards, it needs to break through $8 first, and once that's accomplished, the next resistance level is 905. I would just round that down to $9. $9 needs to be broken through, and you can also use 882 as a resistance as well. That needs to be turned into a support, so this can reach newer highs and new resistance levels. This is going to take a lot of volume to push this to the upside, and if shorts continue to put more pressure on this, I'm telling you, this could go lower, and the worst case scenario is that this falls between $5 to $7, and that would be a very, very bearish case. I don't see that happening, but that is something to be aware of and to always be prepared if you're looking at this for the long term or the bigger picture, to be aware of it and pay close attention to those levels, because if it goes towards that level, if there's a market pullback or an overreaction in the markets overall, it could affect Wish stock and many other stocks to pull back 10, 20% beyond these levels, and you'll probably see this fall below $7 or really close to it, or somewhere between $5 to $7, which would be, like I said, the worst bearish case scenario. And it could even be worse than that, right? And it's always something you have to be equipped and prepared for as an investor that is looking at something for the long term. Now, if you're trying to do quick swing trades and day trades, I stated it's going to be very difficult for those that are trying to scalp this or swing trade this for a few days or a few moments of about a week or so to actually gain some strength or see some opportunity, because this is staying in the same area. It was looking pretty weak, and if towards earnings things weren't so great, we were going to see this hit newer lows. And as I'm talking and doing this video, it just continues to pull downwards, getting close to the 52-week range low, and it could possibly even break through that, right, into tomorrow or even in the after hours. So you just want to always be prepared of the worst bearish case scenario, and it could be even worse than that. I'm not saying that 5 is the floor or 7 is the floor or 752 is the floor, but as an investor, you have to be able to stomach the volatility. And if you're looking for an opportunity, it's all about holding, averaging down, keeping your average cost as low as possible, and riding the momentum back up once things start to get speculative again and the hype starts to come back and there's a lot of attention. Right now, after earnings, this is not going to get that much attention. It might, who knows? Maybe tomorrow will be a big day going into tomorrow in the start of a reversal, or it's going to probably sit sideways like we've seen other stocks like Zynga sitting sideways after falling and kind of fighting around. But that's where the opportunities are formed. If analysis price targets have not changed and the fundamentals have not changed and the growth and potential moving forward hasn't changed, the opportunity is there. But this is definitely something to do more research on, more due diligence on, and it's hit these lows that no one was expecting. Actually, a lot of people were looking at this to probably retest that 882 or try to stay above $8 or $9 and not even fight downwards. But here it is, struggling to stay up, and there's been a big pullback, literally 20% in the aftermarket hours. If there's an overall market pullback of 10-20%, which is possible, a lot of investors and experts are stating that the S&P 500 is setting up to pull back at some point in the overall market. Well, wish could pull back some more, and that's why I'm saying the worst bearish case scenario could be $5 to $7 or worse, but that's not guaranteed. We could probably be seeing the bottom right before us as I'm doing this video, and it's just something to watch and monitor closely. And a lot of investors are really expecting that squeeze to happen at some point once this reverses back up. But based off analysis price targets, there's still potential in this stock overall. That is something to be aware of if you do your due diligence and research. But after today's earnings, a lot has been casted upon this stock, WISH stock, a lot of truth and clarity that made the stock fall even further, guys. And that is why we're below $8 right now, fighting in the 7s. And it's going to be important as an investor to understand where your conviction is as an investor in the stock. And this has become pretty bearish, but this is where opportunities begin. And the lower it goes, right? I don't always say this, but in most of the videos that I talk about, when there's a pullback, it's a setup for the next bull run. Now, this is pretty big, so this is something to kind of monitor right now, and we need to see if this is going to be an overreaction, or is it going to consolidate at these lows and possibly pull back even more, or is it going to reverse from here and it just turned out to be an overreaction, becoming a huge opportunity. As always, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on what I'm watching, what levels to watch, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.